When it comes to losing fat from any area of the body, one of the biggest issues that a lot of people find is, unfortunately, some areas just take longer than others. For example, with guys, we tend to hold a lot of body fat in our stomach region and our chest area as well. Unfortunately, you can't help where your body's going to lose fat. When it comes to carrying your body fat, it all comes to genetics. Your genetics will determine where your body's going to distribute most of its fat and where it's going to lose most of its fat first. I'll put some examples on the screen here of people that hold their fat really well. So even though they are carrying fat in certain areas, it's actually enhancing their physique. There's a way around this, and what you're going to have to do is build more muscle on your physique. The more muscle you carry in your physique, of course, is going to help complement some of those areas that may be carrying more fat. If you're a guy and you're carrying a lot of fat in your chest and you look like you have man boobs, if you really start to build your chest up, even if your weight doesn't necessarily drop, the more muscle you build in those areas, of course, it's going to change the whole look of your chest. And if you're a female and you're carrying a lot of weight in your arms and maybe it's looking like bingo wings, what you can do is start to actually train that area. Build muscle in your arms, so at least when you actually touch it, it's going to start to feel a little bit harder and it won't look so saggy. And hopefully this is going to help you when it comes to some of those insecurities you may be feeling. Of course, you're not going to be able to actually spot target the fat from it, but you can actually build muscle mass. So when you start to lose the body fat, that area can look a lot more toned because you have more muscle on your overall physique. This goes to any part of your body. Ultimately, it does come down to the calories in versus calories out, and the longer you stay in the calorie deficit will determine if you're actually going to be able to lose body fat from those areas that you're feeling a little bit insecure about. But definitely don't neglect building muscle mass and focusing on progressively getting stronger, which is the next point we're going to touch on. You really want to take it very serious in terms of tracking how much you're lifting. So every single week, paying attention to how much you're lifting in the gym, how much weight you're adding to the bar, how many reps you're getting, pay attention to your rest times and so on, because this really aids in improving overall training performance and helping you actually build more muscle and helping you get stronger, and it's changing your overall body composition, even if your diet isn't necessarily the greatest. Next up, improve the quality of the calories in there you're consuming. If you're just focusing on calories and not focusing on the quality of those calories, it may make that diet a lot harder for you, and sticking to that calorie deficit to lose some of the stubborn areas will become so much harder. An example for you, let's say you're focusing on calories in versus calories out, and then all the calories you're consuming in are just a poor quality and just chocolate biscuits. Yeah, you're going to lose weight if you're in a calorie deficit, but unfortunately it's going to make the diet a lot harder. You're not going to be able to stick to the diet as you would like, because you're going to feel a lot more hungry, because those foods just aren't going to satiate you as much compared to if you're having enough protein, well-balanced carbs. Next up, and it's a big one, tracking your progress. You need to know when you need to be making changes when things aren't going to plan. For example, let's say 4 or 5 weeks have gone by and you haven't seen any kind of changes on the scale or visually when you're taking progress pictures. It may be time for you to actually start making some changes. Maybe increase your cardio, maybe decrease the amount of calories you're eating. Something needs to be done, otherwise you're just going to keep going around in circles and no changes will happen. And then 4 to 5 weeks all of a sudden becomes 10 to 11 weeks, right? Then all of a sudden it keeps increasing, and then you're just wasting time. Like I mentioned, use visual analysis, so visually analyze your physique to see, my stomach isn't really changing, my arms aren't really changing, my foot isn't really going, and this will allow you to be able to lose from those stubborn areas. Some people will fall into the trap of feeling like, oh, I'm building more muscle. Yeah, you are going to be building more muscle, but the reality is if you're carrying a significant amount of fat, a lot of that weight on the scale is fat, because you're carrying a lot of fat, right? So don't feel as if, oh, I'm building so much muscle that that's why my weight isn't moving. No, it's because you're still fat and you have fat to lose. So make the right adjustments and don't waste your time. Hope this video has been really useful. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more, check out the video somewhere here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.